During your pretrial deposition, can the defense lawyer ask you how your injuries have affected you on a daily basis? You want to know the answer? Come join me for a moment as I share with you some great information. Hi, I'm Gerry Oginski. I'm a New York medical malpractice and personal injury attorney. All right, so you brought a lawsuit against your doctor claiming that he was careless and that his carelessness caused you significant harm and injury. And now, during the course of your lawsuit, you will be asked to give pretrial testimony to answer questions under oath. And that takes place in our office, in our conference room. And now, one of the questions that you are going to be asked is, hey, Mr. Jones, how have your injuries affected you on a daily basis? And you're thinking, why do I have to answer that question? Is that an appropriate question? The answer is, yes, it is a very appropriate question, and it's an important question for you to answer. Now, you should know something. The mere fact that this is taking place, these questions and these answers that you are giving are taking place in our conference room, doesn't mean that it carries any less weight than if you were testifying at the time of trial. In fact, it carries the same exact weight. And the moment you walk into that conference room and the defense lawyer is sitting there, they are judging you from the moment you walk in. They're looking at you to see what type of witness you are going to make at the time of trial. They're judging your demeanor, how you speak, how you present yourself, what you are wearing, what memory do you have? Do you have a good memory of the events that occurred? And now, how articulate are you? Are you able to tell them in detail how your injuries have affected you on a regular basis? Because if you're having difficulty expressing and explaining how your injuries are disabling, how they limit you from doing your daily activities, well, now it's going to tell them a couple of things. The first is that you're going to make a witness that's not going to be that, not so much credible, but may not have as much information as we would like. In that instance, we will have to look for a different witness, maybe your spouse, maybe a close friend, who's able to come in front of the jury to explain what it is that they have observed about your condition and how it has affected you on a regular basis. And we can do that. But more importantly, the question that I raise in the title of this video, when the defense lawyer asks you, hey, Mr. Jones, how are these injuries disabling? What are they limiting you from doing that you normally were able to do before this incident occurred? You have to answer that question. And if you don't answer that question, the defense will run to the judge and say, Judge, the plaintiff, the injured patient, refused to tell us how these injuries have affected him. How can we defend this type of case? How can we know whether or not what he's saying is true? How can we properly evaluate the value of this case unless we know, in his own words, the extent of his injuries and how badly hurt he is and what he can and cannot do today? And the judge will basically say, counsel, you got to tell your client he's got to give them this information. And you know what? The judge is absolutely right. But why do I share this great information with you? I share it with you because it's a beautiful day today, and I wanted to explain how these types of matters work. And now, as you're being questioned at a deposition, what types of questions the defense can ask you during this question and answer session. You know, I do recognize you're watching this video because you wanted to see me in this beautiful area and see the gorgeous scenery. No, actually you didn't, and I know that. But instead you wanted to watch the video because you had questions or concerns about your own matter. Well, if your matter did happen in New York, and you're thinking about bringing a lawsuit but have not done so yet because you still have questions that need to be answered, what I invite you to do is pick up the phone and call me. You know, I answer questions like yours every single day, and I'd love to talk to you. You can reach me at 516-487-8207 or by email at Gerry, Gerry, at oginski-law.com. That's it for today's video. I'm Gerry Oginski. Have a fantastic day.